We weren't able to obtain any visual markings using the mirror and flashlight. There's some blocking behind the wall that I can't see past with the mirror, so I'm going to utilize my video scope in order to see past the blocking and run it along the wall to the top edge of the drywall. We picked this part in the drywall because it's about halfway up. It's a standard 4-foot sheet that lays on the first run. So if you pick the midpoint up, you're only looking about 1.5 feet to 2 feet up and 1.5 feet to 2 feet down. So I'm going to begin by sliding the video scope into the hole and sliding it up the wall and viewing the screen to see if there's any markings. If I happen to come across a marking, then I'll know where I can core in maybe a next hole to get a better look if I need to, or I might be able to see enough just through the video scope. And unfortunately on this one, there is no markings from edge to edge between the studs. So the next step would be is to go to the next stud spacing over and core a hole there to see if we can and work our way down the sheet of drywall to find the necessary markings that we need to find. Okay, now what we're going to do, while we're investigating with the mirror, we found the label that was approximately in this area up here. So I'm going to use my video scope to determine exactly how high up the wall and to get a better look at it. So I'm going to slide it in, slide up the wall while monitoring the video, and now I can see it on the video. I can see the beginnings of the word drywall. Now I'm going to mark on the cable here about where it is, pull it back out, mark on here. Now I know the label is right here running this way and probably spanning this section right here. So my next move is to core a hole right here between the next stud spacing so I can get the rest of the label. Okay, we have determined that the label is approximately right through here. So we've kind of laid out the area. So we're going to cut this section out so we can reveal the label and document the markings behind the drywall. And here we can see the label. This particular brand here, it's considered generic or unknown origin. It just has the 4 feet by 12 feet by ½ inch, and the word drywall is what we observed through this hole that spans right here. And that is typically the only marking on this particular type of drywall. Okay, here's where we're going to document exactly what we found. We're going to write down word for word, character for character, what we saw on a report sheet. Up here is where we saw the word drywall, so we're going to write that down. Here we have the rest of the label, so we're going to take a photo documentation of exactly what we got and where it's located. Now we're going to go ahead and patch the hole, and basically all-purpose adhesive caulk, just a small little bead right around the perimeter is all you really need. And it just goes right over the hole. It seals it, keeps the gases from coming out of the hole to make any of the problems in the home any worse than they already are. It looks attractive and it's quick and efficient. And then on these we have a roll that I specifically measured out 8 inches to a 10-inch roll. I'm going to custom cut this piece to seal this piece. Here is where we're going to preserve the samples that we pulled out of the drywall. We have a core samples and we have the sample with the label on it. It is very important to mark on the freezer bag, Ziploc bags, all of the client information, address, time, date, location of samples, all that necessary information. Best thing to do is use a Sharpie, write right on the bag, make sure all the information is there. On the larger samples, I used a gallon size, and cut the back side. And you don't have to break both sides, but then you could just, you can fold it, and it fits very nicely in the gallon size Ziploc. And for the 4-inch cores, I use the pint size. And make sure that as well has all the necessary information on it. And unlike this particular situation, make sure you fill out all the information first. That way it's nice, clear on a flat surface, so it's very legible. And you can either send those to the lab per the lab protocol instructions, or leave them with the homeowner for future reference.
Thank you for watching our training video. If you have any questions, please consult the manual or contact us at ChineseDrywallScreening.com.